to buy fancy clothes, shoes, handbags, but he was very controlling. I wasn't allowed to have friends. Even though Adnan and I have only talked for 4 months, I still consider this the best relationship that I've.
Let's talk about that real quick. So first and foremost, she's come from a relationship that was controlling. And now she's into this new relationship where she's known this man for 4 months. Interesting. But listen, hold on a minute. I'm gonna lie.
Even though Adnan and I have only talked for 4 months, I still consider this the best relationship.
That's it, Zara. I actually forgot what she said, but let's talk about that bit there. Considering that this is the best relationship she's ever had. This is the issue when people are in relationships that are bad for them, the bar is set so freaking low that anyone can come in and literally be that one better. And honestly, it would make someone feel as if that is their best relationship ever, which in reality, it doesn't necessarily mean it is. Because here's the thing, sometimes you can meet someone and that person could take advantage of the fact that they're treating you slightly better than the person before. And therefore they can use that against you to manipulate you, to control you, to say to you, hey, you should be appreciating me. You should be worshipping the ground that I walk on because I'm giving you better treatment than the person beforehand. When in reality, that person's really giving you the bare minimum because that person knows that they can be treating you even better than that. Now, I'm not saying that's in relation to these two because this is only episode 1. We've got to see, of course, how their relationship develops through time. You know what I'm saying? But generally speaking, I'm going to tell you this right now. If you've been in a very poor relationship, in fact, let's say you've only had 1 or 2 relationships in your life and both of them have been really, really bad, understand this. All it takes is for someone to come in your life who can present themselves a little bit better and then they will be that little bit better. So be careful of that. Be careful that they're only giving you a little bit because it means that they can because you've allowed them to. Make sure that person is giving you every single goodness that they have. Do you see what I'm saying? How are you going to notice that? Well, I guess you have to just try and figure out when you're in the situation because everybody is different. But nonetheless, though, let's continue.
So the day that I meet him, we're getting married. We both know that we want to be husband and wife. We want to be together forever. And
she sounds so much like, you know, the teen movies back in the day. You know when TV used to be kind of good, you know what I mean? The little rom-com teenage comedy things. Me and my bestie forever. Like, oh my God, we're going to get... I do wonder though sometimes. You know everyone who we said... My apologies. I do wonder sometimes. You know when we was all in school, whether that be primary school, secondary school, or as they call it in the States, kindergarten, middle school, high school, whatever. You know when you was always close with somebody or a group of people and you'd be like, we're going to be besties forever. How many people are actually still best friends with those same people, that same person that you said back when you was in little school? Are you still besties with that person? That's just out of curiosity. Because I was literally having this conversation yesterday. But let's continue.
Adnan told me that we have to get married right away because he is Muslim. And in his religion, a man and a woman are not even allowed to kiss or honey.
Now, I need you to remember this source of information because this source of information is going to be a big factor to what happens a little bit later on in the video. Remember, she said that because he's Muslim, they need to get married as soon as they see each other, so therefore they're able to actually behave as if they were actually in a relationship. Remember that.
Unless they are married. So Adnan and I made plans to get married on the first day that we meet. I didn't know unconditional love even existed, and now I have that with Adnan. So I don't see the risk in it. Do not know.
So because she doesn't see the risk in it because she's experiencing unconditional love for the first time in her life, which again, we don't know that for sure because he could just be giving her the bare minimum and she thinks that this is unconditional when unconditional could be so much more than what he's given her. But either way though, just because he's giving you unconditional love, it doesn't mean that you have to marry him as soon as you meet him because you haven't even met him yet in person. Like, honestly, I don't understand people who do these things. I don't understand people who say, hey, you know what? Because we've been talking for 4 months or we've been talking for like a couple of years, but we've never met. How about we just get married the second we see each other? Now, don't get me wrong. Granted, for some people, it does work out. But listen, in my opinion, those days when it used to work out, those days are over. Today, in today's society, for things like that to work out, I mean, it's still a possibility, but who are we kidding?
Know if Adnan has ever been intimate with anyone, but I am not worried about compatibility in the bedroom.
So this is the thing that I wanted to talk about, this intimacy thing. I'm a bit confused. You don't know if he's ever been intimate with nobody, but yet you just told us that he has to get married. You two have to get married first before you two can even kiss. So how is he intimate with anybody if you can't even kiss him and that get married? Unless you're telling us that you know that he's been married before. But from my understanding, usually when you get married in a Muslim religion, you know, in that type of religion, usually, generally speaking, getting a divorce, it's a possibility. But boy, it takes a lot for the divorce to even happen, because for some people in some religions, depending on their culture, blah, 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 it can be taken as an insult or as a failure or whatever it could be. Do you see what I'm saying? It has a negative sting to it. So I'm just curious, has he been married before? Or are you just now understanding that you may be getting played, because you're just saying to us now that you don't know if he's been in the bedroom before, but yeah, you told us he's not allowed to even kiss you unless you're married. She needs to make sure that she gets the information correct, because right now it's making you look like as if you're the delusional one. Technically speaking, you still are delusional, but even if he is giving this contradiction and you haven't figured it out, that doesn't make you delusional. That makes you stupid. So the question is, we need to know: is this woman stupid or delusional, or am I just reaching? Let me know.
Religion, is he going to be like strict, you know?
Well, so he has asked me to take off a low-cut top and it was showing cleavage.
With being controlled that way?
For someone that went from a controlling relationship to another controlling relationship is funny, isn't it? But the way she justifies it is hilarious.
It's not that big of a deal for me.
The world. And you don't really know what you're getting yourself into.
Know how strict Adnan is with his religion. Is it possible that more rules will come up that I don't agree with or that I don't like? I'm not going.
You know what? This woman wants to marry a man and she doesn't even know if it's possible. No, she wants to get married to a man, but yet she knows that it's possible that other things may come up that she won't agree with. Here's the thing. She says, right, that the control in this relationship is different to the control that she was in before. The control that she was in before was that she was with somebody who would encourage her to pretty much walk out naked, so therefore he could show her off to all of her buddies because she's gorgeous, right? That's what she was saying. But in this control is a bit different, because this person is basically saying to her, listen, I need you to cover up because only I get to see all of your goods. I don't really want you to be showing too much skin because that's for me to see and only for me to see. So she thinks because this is the complete opposite from an ex, this must mean that this is a healthy type of control. I'm gonna tell you this now. If you are being controlled in your relationship, that's not healthy in any kind of way. There's a difference between control and respect, okay? There's a difference between control and boundaries. There's a difference between control and suggestions. There's a difference between control and somebody and you just understanding someone, do you see what I'm saying? Or you seeking advice from that person. Both of the controls that you're going through, neither one of them are good. But this is what I mean about the bare minimum. He's giving you the bare minimum, but you allowed him to, and you think that, oh, it's unconditional. Oh, he's better than before. He's better than your ex. Oh, this, and that. Girl, you are crazy. So far, I've sat here and I've said that you're either delusional, you're either stupid, and now I'm just saying you're crazy. What the hell is going on? This is going to be a roller coaster of a season.
To let myself be controlled in the way that I was controlled before. You get through it. Like, whatever it is, figure it out.
Yeah, good luck to you figuring it out, because it seems to me as if you haven't even figured it out already. And that is quite tragic, to be honest, you know what I'm saying? But hey, either way, we're about to find out exactly how this season's going to go for Tigerlily and Adnan. I don't know if that's how you say your name, but yeah. Nonetheless, let me know your thoughts on this wild, interesting woman. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and of course, peace.